Welcome to Kiwiradio.nz, where we champion local sounds. I am your host, Ralphie, and today's guest is Jethro Clark, the one and only, the man himself. What's up, Jethro?
Hi, Ralphie. Good, thank you. How you doing?
Good to touch base with you. We are live right now on Kiwiradio.nz, simulcast on umpfm.co.nz. Jethro, it's a pleasure to have you as a Get Featured artist. How are you all doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. It's great to be invited. I can hear myself echoing. Is that normal?
Well, it just depends. What is normal these days? Can we fly with it?
Yeah, that's good. I'm okay. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Well, Jethro, we are doing a quick plug for you today. Tell us a little bit about yourself as an artist. How did you get all started with music?
Well, I mean, I've been playing for a really long time. I think I'm pretty much a typical dude, who just enjoyed music as a young person and uh, you know got involved with the guitar and friends at school, and just I didn't stop. I didn't stop playing music and writing music, and it's not a very interesting story, but it's yeah, it's a pretty typical one. I've always enjoyed music.
What's kept you going all these years? What's kept you coming back to music?
Yeah, I think it's basically the love of writing, and also performing. It's those moments. Yeah, they it's uh, writing is probably the um the
Most
intimate
satisfying?
moment. Yeah. But and performing the it's also intimate, but it's the connection with people. So it's yeah, that's what's kept me going, I think.
Whereabouts in New Zealand are you based, mate?
Auckland. I live in Browns Bay. And yeah, Auckland's the city. The city is where I'm based. Yeah.
Browns Bay represent. I have been on that Browns Bay stage a few times, and
Yeah, it's
it's
a beautiful
a
place. Yeah.
beautiful area next to the water. If you're unfamiliar, and it's a stunning place to be when the sun is out. Well, Jethro, it is
Yeah.
great to have you. Now you've been in our radar, I would say, for about a year, but your discography goes way back, way back. How have you
Yeah.
described your progression in terms of genres and style?
Um, Style. I mean, I've always really kept to a bluesy sort of bass. Um, but I guess I don't know. I mean, for example, the next few gigs I'll be doing are acoustic. The ones recently, the last sort of maybe 2 or 3 years have been more rocky and electric. So I kind of, yeah, I stay with kind of blues. That's kind of where I always kind of go back to. I'm sorry if I'm kind of taking my time answering. I can just hear myself repeating back. It's
Echoing.
just a bit distracting, but I can deal with it. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, what I recommend is maybe put on a pair of Bluetooths, and that should fix the echo. In the
Oh, well.
meantime, we will play a little bit of The Floodgates Will Fly Open. We've got Jethro Clark, who is gracing us today, and I hope you check out some of his wonderful music. Here we are, The Floodgates Will Fly Open, featuring Jethro Clark, playing on Kiwi
No,
Radio.
yeah.
I'm gonna float on a boat in my house. I'm gonna float on a boat in my house. I'll wear a coat, write a note, and sing to myself. I'm gonna float on a boat in my house. Take me with the tide, rock me from side to side. I'm gonna float on a boat in my house. When it rains and then it pours, rivers flood the valley floor. The sea could carry me through the doors. When it rains and then it pours down on the ceiling, up against the wall, I get a feeling that the heavens will fall and the floodgates will fly open. The floodgates will fly open. Down on the ceiling, up against the wall, I get a feeling that the heavens will fall and the floodgates will fly open. Open, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kiwiradio.nz. That is The Floodgates Will Fly Open. Written, performed by Jethro Clark, who is our guest for today's episode. Now, Jethro is indie blues rock from Auckland, New Zealand, and you should go check him out. Jethro, what is it's storytelling time? What's that song about?
Yeah. So I'll put you on speakerphone. I don't know if it's better or it's worse now. But anyway, I'll just it's I mean, I moved to like I said, Browns Bay about a year and a half ago, and we bought a property here, and after a couple of months, we found out that we're in this flood zone, and our property is a little bit less than what we paid for, and all that sort of stuff. It was a few things going around my head, but I kind of I had a bit of eventually had a bit of a laugh about it, and wrote that song, and it's just a bit of a light-hearted thing about my sort of home situation, and I had these kind of thoughts of Noah's flood and all that sort of shit. So it was just a bit of fun, yeah.
Now, have you gone all op shop and design and created your own arc just for the big flood? I think Jason, the singer of Op Shop, local band Op Shop. There's rumors that
really. What did he do?
Oh, there's rumors that he's made an arc. Basically, it's probably, judging by Kiwi standards, it's probably like a little tugboat, but
Yeah, well, that's on the video. I don't know if you've seen the video. But
yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah, so it's a little boat. Yeah, but I mean that was a little picture I had in my mind. It was just a little boat in my lounge.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I actually, when I was listening to it, when you say the floodgates will wide open, sometimes when I listen to a song, I don't take it literal, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's a symbol for something. And I was thinking apocalyptic red skies and just like lots of bats flying into Earth,
cool.
being taken
Nice.
over by our bat zoid of galactic 36 or something. That's what I was thinking, but then, of course, I do watch a lot of sci-fi, so trust me to think
beautiful.
that.
Me too. I love it. I love sci-fi.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about your favorite sci-fi flicks.
Shit. I mean, what's the last one? Well, I can't recall the last one. I think probably maybe June recently, but I'm interested in going to go see Eye and Lung. Have you heard about that one?
No, my only association with the words eye and lung would be Radiohead, but you're probably thinking of a different thing.
Yeah, I think I do. I have it right. Anyway, yeah, actually that's true. But no, apparently it's some YouTuber that was financing his own movie, and anyway,
okay.
it's out now. It's out on the in cinemas now. But anyway, that's something I want to go check out. I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah.
It's so interesting how the gatekeepers have now been wiped off the face of the earth, where an independent YouTuber can just release a movie like that. And
yeah.
I guess similarly for my story, when New Zealand gave up, well, the broadcasting big broadcasters of New Zealand gave up on Kiwi music. This is where we took place. And in fact, if you go to Wikipedia, we are officially part of Kiwi music history. People have been recommending Kiwiradio.nz, so it's an honor to fly the flag, because I think that New Zealand music matters. We get lovely gems such as Jethro Clark from Browns Bay, Auckland, The Flood Zones. And there we go. He wrote that song. Now, Railbird is another great track which I've been listening to very, very regularly. Tell us about this number.
Yeah. Well, that. So a friend of mine contacted me. He lives in Canada. And he was like, "Guy, because I'm originally from South Africa,
Okay.
and yes, and I was in a band with him at school."
Okay.
And he contacted me a couple of years ago, and we decided to sort of, just try and do a new recording, via internet and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so he sent me a few things, and this was one of the pieces of music that I really liked. I did editing, added the lyrics, and but he sent me the drums, bass, and rhythm track, and then I added the vocals, the lyrics, and I edited it, sort of added a few guitars and lead guitar and all that, and that's how that song came about. I mean, and actually about the whole betting thing about Railbird, it's because I was starting to get into a bit of betting at the time. Just next door to me is a pub that you can bet in, and it was just on my mind a lot, a bit of horse racing and things like that. So I just went with that vibe,
Awesome. Jethro Clark is with an E. You could actually check out all his music and everything on your official website, jethroclark.com. It's really cool when artists have their own space. I always remind the younger generation of artists that back in the day, before social media, you'd have random websites dedicated about, weird and wonderful things. You could just, for example, I remember visiting a website, and it was a fart button, and then you would press the fart button and make a sound effect, and someone designed a .com just for that. It's really fun to have creative control of what your space looks and sounds like, and the noise of different platforms can come and go, but you've got one central hub for everything. So that's jethroclark.com, and I hope you keep that domain for a while. It's really cool. What are your plans for the rest of the year, mate? In terms of music, of course.
Yeah. I mean, just more gigs and more writing,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably some little marketing ideas that I'll come up with, but generally that's the plan, write music, make music and perform it, you know.
Well, you are definitely our partner for the year. You are one of our wonderful Get Featured artists. We've got 19 in the roster at the moment, and we're doing our part to get your sounds out to New Zealand and the world. So Jethro Clark is definitely a good recommendation if you like indie, pop, rock, and blues. This is his track called Railbird. You can check out the video as well on YouTube. Jethro Clark with a knee, playing on Kiwi Radio. Featured artist Jethro Clark playing on Kiwiradio.nz. Railbird is the track there. Let's do a bit of a deep analysis, if you don't mind, of that song, because I've been watching the music video, which people can check out.
Yeah.
I was wondering why the images of the... I see two running themes on that video. One is gambling, and the other one seems to be zooming into surveillance cameras. What were your thoughts on integrating those particular visuals and themes?
Yeah, I mean, I always like, with the whole thing, like Let It Ride and all that, I always, although I play with one theme, there's always a deeper underlying theme, which is just general reality, and, just the state of the world. And, it's basically, it is a gamble, we don't know what's going to happen. And, in terms of, my position on it, and where generally I think that it's we let it ride and have a good time.
Yeah, there's that saying, the one constant in life is change. And there's a saying that I've created, actually. I don't know anyone else that have said it, is life is like jazz.
Yeah.
Improvisation is key. But certainly let it ride.
Oh,
So,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I haven't heard
what?
that before.
Well, I made it up.
Already, did you?
Yeah, well, anyways, I was just going to say, so if you were, going into a costume party, I would envision you then as the person that is dressed as a cowboy, I guess.
I could do that. I
Oh,
was
no,
gonna get to that.
what would you be if you were invited to you said earlier you were a bit of a sci-fi geek, or whatever, but if you were invited to a fancy dress party, what character would you actually come up as?
I would really have to think about that, but I did go to this fancy dress like when I was younger, and I went as fire.
As who?
As fire.
Who's that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's quite abstract, isn't it? I realized afterwards that I didn't. It wasn't as good as
Describe
it
the
could have been. But
costume.
basically, yeah, that's right. Basically had these tight black, like these pull-up tights, and no other clothes except just paint on me as fire. So it was pretty crazy. But anyway, it was it was
Okay.
one of my young abstract thoughts.
I recall my last fancy dress party. I actually, I dabble in all sorts of genres, and
Yeah.
everything from, I write music myself, rock, EDM, whatever. I went through this
Cool.
phase. I went through this phase of hard dance. I'm talking techno, Detroit, hard dance with the oomph and extra distortion on the 303 and 808s. And so it sounded so different to everything else I was doing. And I came up with a make-believe character called what was his name? Jan the German. And the character had a monobrow with a big wig. And I kind of went with it for a long time. I kept going into, Halloweens and fancy dress as Jan the German. And I would try to put on the accents, which I can't very do. I love hard house very much. Berlin is a very inspirational. Anyway, I probably offended a lot of people.
That's not bad. It's all right.
So yeah, I think if perhaps if maybe if you've got the next album and come up with a theme and some sort of alter ego, it'll be great. Maybe.
Yeah, actually, I do have another one, just which I will send to you, but in a couple of months I'll have I'll have another release. And I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Anyways, you're definitely on my radar. It's nice to have someone that have blues and rock meld into each other, but not too heavy on either or. You know what I mean? I find a lot of blues. I find a lot of blues artists are definitely blues artists. It's a different school of music. It's like being a jazz musician, right? When you are labeled into a blues musician, it's very blues. But what I like about your music is it takes a bit of this and a bit of that and turns it into Jethro Clark. Hey, it's been a pleasure plugging your music for the year, and of course, very excited to see what you come up with next. Jethro Clark, any closing statements?
No, I just want to say thank you, Ralphie. And we'll be in touch. Yeah.
All right, Jethro Clark. Go check him out, jethroclark.com. Thank you, sir, for joining us on this episode. And if you'd like to send some of your music, email an MP3 attachment to kiwiradio@proton.me. Remember to stay cool, stay creative, and keep it local.